Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I want to take a look first of all at Australia. What is the energy in Australia? What is going on there? We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Two of Swords, the central card. In the past we have the Queen of Swords. We have the World underneath the central card, and we have the High Priest in the near future and the Emperor. So to me right now it's like a tie, so to speak. So you don't really know what's going on or which direction it is going. It's still very heavy. I have very heavy energies. Some people, there's still some restrictions, I believe, going on. It's very heavy energy, and people are just kind of losing hope, getting very tired. That's the feeling I'm getting, a lot of frustration. And that's because a lot of people are not connected with their intuition. And also everything that's going on there, it's very unclear where it's going and if this is going to remain the way it is, like a stalemate. That's probably a better word for it, like a stalemate, like it's not going forward, it's not going backwards. What's going on? But things are changing. This is the World card, and it's laying underneath. It's an influence. To me, it kind of clarifies that underneath, I do believe pretty much everything is clear, because the World card is like laying underneath. So I do believe they've taken care of, the Whiteheads have taken care of it. So probably a lot of things are going to change quickly. The World card is like an opening up, a new direction, a new journey, a successful conclusion of something. And I do believe that we're going to leave this behind. We're going to leave this frustrating energy in Australia behind us. But still, the near future, it looks like the dark energies are still in control, but they're not, because the military, to me, that's the Emperor, is going to take over. I'm not sure when or where or how, but they are, well, how we know things are, there's something going on. We know things can happen any minute now, that they're going to step in, or there's going to be a scary event and then the military is going to step in. But we're kind of waiting for that moment, although I do advise to just live your life, be prepared, but live your life. You just don't know when it's going to happen. But in Australia, it will look or seem like they're still in control. They're not. I do believe that the Whiteheads are in control there. And certain things, maybe certain things that are happening, like restrictions, are necessary to clean up certain areas. But a lot of it is cleaned up. I do believe that a lot has changed. New energy is coming in. And I do believe that the military will step up at some point in time, which we just don't know. So I want to take a look at Canada. What's going on in Canada? What is the energy of Canada? Let's see. We have the King of Cups. That's interesting. We have the Ten of Swords. That's the central card. We have the King of Swords in the past. We have the High Priest. That's interesting. We've got that one popping up again. We have the Six of Swords in the near future, the future, and the Five of Cups for the near future, the future. So people are pretty much fed up in Canada with everything. They really had it. They've had it with all these dark influences. They had it with their head of state, and pretty much that most people in Canada, not all, I'm sure there are still some sleepers, but a lot of people are pretty fed up with everything. And they're showing it. It's coming out. We've seen, of course, the truckers and everything that's going on. There are a lot of people in Canada are pretty fed up with everything. And I think that's a good thing. They're moving away in Canada, away from all these dark influences. Like I've said, I think that the head of state is pretty much already gone, or he's going to be disposed of soon enough. But they're moving away. There's still going to be a lot of sadness, a lot of healing, a lot of disappointment. So things can come out, maybe connected to the EBS. I just don't know. But there's still some sadness and healing to, a lot of healing needs to be done. And I think that's going to be globally the healing. But they're moving away. They're moving away from this. They're fed up with this. They've had it. They want connection. They want a real connection with everyone around them, a peaceful connection. They're sick and tired of all these dark energies, all these influences. So I think Canada and most Canadians, or at least a large group, is just fed up with everything. So they're moving away. They're moving away from that. So now I want to take a look at the energy of the USA, which is interesting. I just read about that laptop that's now apparently real. It was real before, but now it's really real because it's now in the media, and it's only real when it's in the media. So a lot of things are going to come out now, and I just wonder what's going on in the USA, what the energy is in the USA. Let's see. The USA. We have the Hanged Man. The central card is the Wheel of Fortune. We have Justice in the past. We have the Queen of Swords underneath the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Knight of Swords in the near future with the Five of Wands. Well, we have 3 major arcana cards, so things are happening. It's very strange. We have a card that looks like things are standing still and a lot of things are happening underneath, under the surface. But this is there's going to be movement. I think things that happened underneath everything or behind the scenes is going to come up now, especially because this is underneath, this is the central card. So a lot of things, just like that laptop that's been kind of pushed away, kind of like, no, it's not real, it's just misinformation. Well, it's now coming up, and I think more and more things are going to come up now. It's moving in the right direction. So people will have to see what is right and what isn't right. So there's the information war just got a little tougher. And like I said, the dark energies are losing. They're losing. The media that they still had, like that stronghold, that maybe also the last stronghold they have pretty much, is falling apart. You can just see people stop believing them, stop watching them. A lot of these like news programs, nobody's watching them anymore. So they're falling through. People are starting to understand, hey, this is reality, this is true, this is a lie, this is a cover-up. So I think a lot of cover-ups, because that's very suitable with the Hangman as well, are going to come out now. It's moving. The Wheel of Fortune is moving. It's going to come out now. People cannot push it aside anymore. And in the near future, it's like open season. The Knight of Swords is not taking any prisoners. That's what it feels like. A lot of things are going to come up. A lot of maybe even still some struggles. Maybe people there will be some struggles even with the people of the USA. Obviously, with all the prices, all the things are hiking up. We have that in Europe as well, in the Netherlands. It's getting ridiculous. People are kind of losing it, like how are we going to pay for everything? But the Knight of Swords is especially with the information, things are going to come out. And I think that the Whiteheads have, it's open season now. I think more and more things are going to come out. And it will create some hustle. Like people will not completely be able to understand it, but it's necessary so people can really see what's truth, what's not. And they'll have to see, of course, they'll have to learn to trust their own inner feelings. Like, hey, do I trust this? Is this right? Is this wrong? It's about waking up people. So more and more shock effects will come out. So people will start to wake up from that. But like I said, not everyone wants to wake up. So that's unfortunate, but it's moving. There's no stopping it. There is no stopping it. Now I'd like to take a look at the global energy, just worldwide. What's going on? It's global energy. Let's see. We have the Knight of Wands. We have again the Queen of Swords. That's so important right now. We have the Tower in the past. We have underneath the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Well, yep. The offenses have, it started. It already started for a while now. The moon is in the future, and an extra card for the moon is the Six of Cups. But it's moving ahead now. I think the Whiteheads are, they kind of waited first what the dark energy was going to do, and now they're really making their moves. And they're taking no prisoners, because this is the Knight of Swords. You can just see they're ready for the attack. That's actually what they're doing. They're attacking. So the Queen of Swords is again about what is real, what is not real, and that people are starting to really trust their own voice, trust their own compass. That's so important, that we start learning to listen to our own connection to our soul, to God, to the universe. We really need to start living from that space, not reacting to things, not looking for confirmation all the time. Really trust the process. And the Knight of Wands is about following our energy, what makes us happy, what feels good to us, in a positive way, obviously. I'm really talking about things that's connecting to our soul. What do we want to do? What do we want to bring to this world? What do we want to manifest? So this is really about trusting your inner voice and listening to it. So everything that comes in, all kinds of information, people, you can really feel, does this fit me? Does this really resonate with me? Do I want to change things? Well, if that's so, we have two knights here to change things. And I also think globally the Whiteheads, because there's also a Whitehead card, are really taking over now. We can see more and more that they are now the ones pushing the narrative, or starting to push the narrative. They're kind of destroying the narrative of what's been going on. They've been doing that in the past already. Narratives are just falling through, and the people globally are really, it's about waking up, trusting our own voice, trusting our own energy. What do we really want? What does our soul want? And for the near future, it can still be vague. Old pains can come up. The moon is also about the unconscious. And of course, I also have my videos about shadow work, which is very important, to really look into your shadow, really start dealing with your own stuff, so you will not be knocked off your feet all the time, or fearful or scared, or, well, fear and scared is both the same thing, obviously, but it's about really looking into yourself, and a lot of fears can come up. We are now in a very healing energy, raising the energies, so things that don't fit anymore will come out, and you will see it in family, in interactions with people, in your own world, in your inner world. Things are coming up now. It's about connecting with yourself, also connecting with your inner child, which is very important as well. About that child in yourself, the energy, the enthusiasm, looking at the world from this beautiful, child, not childish, but more childlike way of looking at things, like, oh, this could happen and that could happen. I'm open for this and open for that. That's really what we want. We want to look openly at the world, and that's what's changing now. So this is a beautiful energy, and I think things are changing. Like I've said, I think the Whiteheads are coming out more and more, and it's important that we start seeing things, and narratives are falling apart. So we really need to step into our own authority, see what resonates. It's very important that we understand what fits with us, what feels right to us. It's very important that we start listening to our own inner intuition. I want to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!